Hey guys, how's it going? It's Kai here with another Exos Heroes video. In today's video, we're breaking down all the offers in the shop. So, trying something a little new here. Wanted to be able to pump out more videos, so I figured to be able to just record here while I'm, out and about. Let me know down in the comments below if you guys think the quality is up to par or if it's a significant downgrade. I'll definitely try to stick to the ones, when I have all my equipment. But if not, it'd be kind of cool to be able to be able to do a lot more videos. So with that, let's get into it. So what I wanted to do today is just break down every single offer in the shop. So I'm going to be on my phone, so if I'm looking down, that's why I'm using my phone. But I wanted to break down all the offers and just give you my opinion on which ones are good, which ones are bad, if you're going to spend money in this game. And so that's the big caveat here, free to play. If you're free to play, feel free to check it out. Get an idea what's actually good offers, what are bad offers, get an idea what people are actually spending on, help break that down and see exactly what you're saving on. First thing though is going to be here in the shop. I don't have the new player offers on here. I'm gonna go back and do this part at the end when I have another account. I'll probably check out an account at home. The 30-day offers are really good. I just remember them being really solid. There's one that's like 5,000 gems for 5,000 Zests. That's a big thing. I'm going to be using a metric on is comparing how many crystals it costs towards the Zests. Getting a 1-for-1 is incredible value. That's going to be some of the best. If you ever go higher, like a lot of the monthly deals are all higher than 1-for-1. They're like you're getting like 2.4 to 1, stuff like that. Really good value there, but you're gonna have to wait for it over the course of 30 days. For most, just straight up Zest offers that you get up front, a lot of them are like 2 to 1, so you're gonna be spending every 2 gems you spend, you're gonna get 1 Zest, which I try to avoid those offers. There's some better ones out there, like 3,000 gems for, or 5,000 gems for 3,000 Zests, stuff like that, or you'll get a combination of Zests with something. And some of those are really bad, some of those are really good. So let's take a look at those. I just wanted to begin with that because I used how I evaluate it initially, and then I'm going to use that as a metric going forward. So I figured I had to start with that. So the first offer is going to be these level up packages, like package 1 and package 2. I think these are really bad. In the beginning, you see it has 1,500 Zests, has an epic weapon, and it also has this polished material. All this stuff's super easy to come by. You're just going to have a ton of it. So the only thing that matters really is you're paying 3,000 gems for 1,500 Zests. And that's on the low end of the value spectrum. So I just think this is a hard pass. As you start to play more and more, you'll look back on this offer and think it's just complete garbage. Whereas in the beginning, you'll be like, oh, wow, like a legendary piece of gear. That's something that you see like very rarely. Whereas you're going to just see a ton of it. And all you're really going to want to look for is going to be faded gear. So just trust me, just completely dodge that one. I don't think it's worth it at all. And the next one is going to be 7,000 gems for 2,500 Zests, but then you get like the better version of the polished materials, the holy waters, and a faded piece of gear. And then when you look at it, it's like, okay, you're getting all this extra stuff, like the holy waters are really rare, and then the faded piece of gear. I think this is an absolute hard pass. I think the only thing that's of value is going to be the Zests, and you're getting a horrible value of 2,500 Zests for 7,000 gems. Yes, there's a faded piece. Yes, the holy waters are rare, but they're not worth this much. The holy waters, like I'm just stacking them. Like I pulled a lot of holy waters, granted, but at this point I don't even know who to put them on. Like a lot of them are just like luxury ones anyway. Yes, you want your main roster, but the benefit is going to be for burst characters that have that have moves that require more than 10 mana, characters that have mana utilization, stuff like that. That's really all it's for. And then it takes so many resources to ever go beyond like 75 to like 85 to 90. I think it's worth just slow farm them. You don't have to pay for them. The thing that I'm really looking for here is going to be the Zest, and it's a horrible Zest deal. So I think this is a hard pass. Yes, I bought in these as you see here, but I was trying, I'm trying to make content, so that's why I'm purchasing things that are bad. And then also, a lot of these things, I just didn't know how bad of a value they were until later on. Hopefully you guys get to, not make my same mistakes. And then next, here's where the good ones are. These are the monthly Exos. Here, amazing offer. It's for 500 gems, you're getting 1,200 Zests. That's complete opposite of the deals you've been seeing. Normally, we've been seeing like less than 2-for-1. Whereas this one is 2-for-1 the other way, which is fantastic. The other one is 2,400 for 1,000. That's amazing. So both those Zest offers definitely take advantage of if you're willing to spend just a little bit. That's going to be by far the best deals I've seen. Maybe there's some hot deals that are better, but I don't remember them. I don't really have them off the top. But so far, I believe these are the best deals you'll get from the shop. And the next is going to be this monthly Exos pack for experience tomes. And I think this is decent. It's just as long as you spend them correctly. I wouldn't just take these and just dump them all into one character and try to max them. I don't like doing that because it just ramps up so exponentially. And then also from the journal, you'll get bonuses for taking characters up to level 75, level 16, level 75. Try to take advantage of that with experience tomes, so you can almost convert experience tomes to Zest. And then also it's not a complete waste, even if the characters are not that great, because you're getting so many benefits from leveling up a wide roster for example, like your Air Squadron or for the Embodiment of Avarice. All those places need a big roster, so it's really important to do that anyway, and you're getting the Zest from it, so it really starts to snowball. But if you just spend it all and try to max like one character or a few characters, it's going to be a big waste in my opinion. The daily packs, the ones total whale stuff, the stuff that if I were to ever pick one of these, which I say dodge, it's going to be I would say the experience ones, and also the solar one for the polished materials. So the solar one and the experience one. So those are going to be the things that you can convert the experience tomes into Zest, or you can do the polished material, something that becomes incredibly rare. It's like just as rare as gold later on in the game. All these are bad deals, but those are the ones I like to pick. I dodge the spirit one, and I also dodge the lunar one. You'll find you're going to have way more lunar materials to upgrade the gear than you ever will have the polish to actually be able to complete it eventually. So I hard dodge those guys. Gold's not bad. And then the weekly packages, we got the 3,000 for the holy waters. I don't think holy waters are worth 3,000. Maybe if it was like 1,000. You know, I get it in the beginning how rare they are. I just think, hold on, it is a big deal, but it's not really a big deal in the grand scheme of things. I just don't think it's worth the 3,000, the gems for that. I really don't. Even eventually you're just going to get them. And for most content, you don't need that many characters that can go to 90. Because even that I have the characters that do that, I don't have many 90s. I have like 1, 2, and this is like a whale, 3. I have 3 90s, and then 85s, 80s. All these characters are just fine. The 76s, and a lot of these characters, that big of a deal to spend that kind of money for it. Yes, it's a big deal in game, but it's not worth the money. So we're back on the weeklies. I think the moves, this is probably, this offer is horrible. I don't even look at this one. I've never even considered that period. It's, 30,000 gold to have an attempt, and then even at the beginning, it's like 70%. So then eventually after like a 10 or like around, it gets like 10% chance. So 30k gold for a 10% chance to get a small stat boost. It's just not even worth talking about. You can maybe argue that I think faded gear is some of the most free-to-play friendly thing in the game. Eventually, when you get all the characters for doing the challenges, especially even if you just get the blessing, if you can get the champions required for the blessing challenge, you're eventually just going to get a ton of faded gear. Pretty much all my faded gear is free-to-play friendly. The thing that was pay-to-play was getting the characters as soon as possible, so I've been able to do those challenges way sooner than most people, and so I've been able to stack a lot more. But once you get the characters, next to the weekly currency, bottom tier, yes, there's worse value, but this is some of the absolute worst Zest value. It's 2-to-1 ratio. Don't like that at all. Weekly Duels package. Before some of these offers, this was believe it or not, some of the best ways to get Zest. This is just awful. I don't like this at all. If you just like playing the game, if you just want to play more arena, by all means. But I think this is just bad value. There's so far a lot of this is just bad value. This is actually, there's not many of these things are good deals. Let's go to the monthly. I think this is going to be more on the better end on the monthly deals. So daily packages are bad, weekly packages are bad. Monthly stuff seems okay. So you get 300 Zest for 500. That's better than you're going to find most of the time, as you've seen. 500 gets you quite a bit of gold here, like 250k. That's pretty good. I think these are going to be by far the better deals in the game. You get right here. This is 750. Yeah, 750 gold for monthly currency package 3, and then monthly currency package 4. This is 3,000 for 5,000. This is the exact same value as down here, just for more of it. You get three things there. Ideally, this wouldn't be the case, but this is some of the best value for Zest. If you need a character, let's say, I would only recommend buying this is if you're trying to close out a string. You're right there. You saved your Zest. You just need enough just to finish out the string. That would be something I would recommend to buy. So as a way to close it out and guarantee that character if you need to. Deal. So you're getting, not only are you getting 280 books, but 1,400 Zest for 3,000. So you're getting the bad value for the Zest because you're getting less than 2 to 1, and then you're also getting 280 books. I don't think I need to really look into how many books it takes to actually level one character up to 75. Just from looking at it, I think this is absolutely garbage. I don't think this deal is very good. Probably pass on that one. If you need the Zest, I would really stick to the monthly currency package 1 and monthly currency package are the better deals for that so far. And then we got here. This one is going to be for 2,990. You get 1,400 Zest. And so another version of the 2 to 1 ratio, and then you get a ton of polished materials. Polished materials is something that's very hard to come by, but you'll find that even with all this, you're spending what is this, like 30 bucks. You're getting the 2 pulls for the Zest, but this only takes like maybe 1 or 2 pieces from 50 to 60. Like that's just how big of a bottleneck the abrasive becomes later in the game. I think if you're taking some faded gear and you're putting it all to like level 50, or you're leveling up a whole bunch of 40s or gear to 40, maybe it's worth it, but I really don't think that this is the best value. It's not terrible. I think a lot of the monthly packages, if you're going to buy something, buy it from the early game player package. There's some hot deals that are good, but this is going to be some of the best stuff you can get in the game. And still, I'm not the biggest fan on how good the deals are here. Next is going to be this monthly weapon package. Yes, faded weapons. You like, okay, cool. It makes sense. I understand why people would want this. I understand why they price it higher. I just don't think, another thing that I don't think is worth buying. Like gear is actually something you'll get pretty quickly. Maybe the first one, like if you just need 1 or 2 for your main roster to really help push through, because you're really going to notice the difference. Like once I started to get critical hit rating on my characters, you'll notice a massive difference in damage. It really matters. But the thing that really I care about personally is I want a full set of gear. If I were to buy anything, I would buy the weekly armor package versus the weapon. This is coming from someone that clears the dragon daily. I think a lot of people are not really in that scenario. So I do think potentially buying like one of these weapons could be worth it in the beginning, but definitely don't get, if you already have like 4 or 5 of them, don't even consider it. I would just slow farm it. You're really not going to gain that much benefit for it's $30. Like when you really put it into perspective, like it's really not. They're not weapons not worth $30. I don't think so. One pack I missed was the monthly elite growth package. It's 5,000 gems. You're getting books, abrasive, and holy waters. You're going to get all this stuff if you just farm through the game. Yes, this is going to boost you initially. If you know all this stuff. If one of these things you buy gets you, like, let's say some of the polished materials or some of the books, if it's getting you through a challenge to be able to farm like the Blessing Sanctum or something like that day, then maybe it's worth it. But a lot of these, I'm just looking at these and like, I have zero interest in buying any of these. Like, yes, I have spent quite a bit in this game, but it's like, I really don't think this is a good deal. I'm just going to slow farm it. You know, if you buy this, you get one character to level 6, or 6 star, I mean, and then you're gonna level up maybe 1 or 2 characters to 75, and then you're gonna level up like maybe 1 to 2 pieces. Like that's not worth like 40 something bucks. I just don't see it. And then all these Greenland packages, I think these are some of the worst deals in the entire game. This is like pure whale food here. I would just completely avoid that for sure. I think overall, and then so there's my opinion on the shop. I think as I've been playing the game more and more, I'm starting to realize that a lot of these deals really suck. If I were to pick them, I think the best deals are definitely in the beginning. Like there's one I remember buy a choice, like you could choose a faded character, and then a choice was Baraka. So I thought that was really cool. Like I ended up buying that and got Baraka. There's one who was like 5,000 gems for 5,000 Zest. I really like that one. There's one that was relatively cheap compared to all these that got you a holy water. I remember picking that one up. There's one that gets you like a legendary weapon and a choice for a legendary character. I think that one's complete trash. I don't remember the specifics of them. Those are the ones I would pick. Those are the ones I would dodge. Most of these deals are pretty much awful. What I would recommend doing if you're going to be a light spender is just wait for the monthly deals. Buy some of the monthly deals, especially for the Zest, only if you're needing that little bit of push to be able to fully clear a string if you're getting unlucky with your RNG. That'd be the things I'd buy. Everything else eventually you're going to get, because the Zest is the best deal for pulls, because Pulls are going to get you more chances to get characters, and then the more chances you get characters, you're going to get the characters that are required for the challenges. And then once you have all the challenges unlocked, then that's going to get you all the faded gear you're going to need. It's also going to, you're going to eventually farm all the polish. You're going to farm all the experience tomes anyway. That's why I look at these deals and I just don't think they're that good, because they're really trying to, I think they're overvaluing experience tomes. They're overvaluing polish materials and trying to bundle it in with you. And then they just don't really give you that good of a deal on Zest in general, unless you're a new player or waiting for the monthly pack. I think that's pretty much it. I think that wraps it up. If you have any more questions about these offers, let me know down in the comments below. Let me know down if you like this format, me in the car. Hopefully the quality is good enough to where it's worth doing. And with that, you guys have a good one. Peace.